Hello, everybody. Welcome to Awaken Positive Power, where Darcy Marta, beautiful Darcy Marta, and myself, Jemima Godsall, we will talk to you regarding topics about mental health awareness, depression, and suicide prevention through awareness. Yes, we have some heavy topics we do touch on. We are just here to help with our own experience with it, to deliver our own experience with these sort of topics. We're coming to you from a friend, personal level, not a professional medical level per se. So if you do have anyone who has any troubles, yourself or anybody else, there is a disclaimer down below, guys, with a 1-800 number. Yeah, please take note of it. It's there for you to reach out. You can remain anonymous if you want, or of course have your name included. Just know you're never alone. That's Darcy's and my approach, is really to make sure that these things that we talk about allow you to feel that you are never alone in this world with these darker emotions or heavier feelings, be it small or big. So hi, Darcy. Great to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, of course. Every week, so wonderful to hang out with you. So Darcy, this week we thought we might talk about healing. We're both sort of going through a couple of things ourselves, as usual.
As usual.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it? I mean, there's always something to sort of have a conversation about, which is the beautiful thing too. Like life is never always peachy and rosy. There's always something we can choose to talk about in terms of the darker thing that can sort of be involved in your life, that it doesn't have to necessarily prevail, like take over. But anyway, so that's what we thought we'd talk about this week, is healing. So Darcy, I heard you kicked your back out. What's happened there?
I don't exactly know. I think it's from when I work with the little kids. I do a lot of bending over, and then I'm pulling these big tables and moving stuff and lifting sandbags and dragging kids off the top of the play yard. Like, get down, you gotta come in at circle time, let's go. No? Okay, I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's not working. What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying you're tiny as well, so I can only imagine it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, I think I always think of myself as so strong. I know other people see me as really tiny. And it's always been kind of this struggle for me, because people always want to do things for me. I used to do backstage stage crew, where you'd have to come out and switch the stage furniture for the next scene. When I was younger, and the guys on the crew were always like, give me the chair or the little table. I'm like, what's the deal? Everybody was always afraid that I couldn't pick something up. So, and then I had, I've always had friends who were very athletic, and they were always going, oh no, don't pick that up, I'll do it. I really am actually very strong.
Yeah, I didn't mean that, Darcy, by the way.
No, I know you didn't.
Really strong, but I think physically you're tiny. Like
physically, I'm tiny, so people automatically assume, right, that I can't do stuff. So my life has really been about overcompensating that. Like I'm always doing it myself. I can carry it myself. I can, take care of this, take care of that. I can dig out all those bricks in my backyard and put them in the front yard, no problem.
Can I ask you a question on that note? Do you, one thing I often say to my clients with Pilates, do you listen to your body, or do you let your ego take over and say, no, I can do it, and then something like pulling out your back happens?
I listen to my body, and I'm really thoughtful about how I do stuff. So a couple weeks ago, there were all these bricks in my backyard in a weird spot, and I wanted to use them in the front yard. So I very slowly dug them up, a little bit at a time. I dug them up, and I watched how I was bending over, how I was using the big huge shovel. I was very mindful of my movements. But I really think, so I don't think it was that, because it's not like I was like, I've got to get them all done at one time. I was really very slow. It was a beautiful day. What's the hurry, right? I really think it was the preschool with me pulling this. We have a train table. We have like a big table with a Thomas the Tank Engine train set on it, and it's heavy.
I want one.
I know, right?
That's cool.
But it's really heavy wood, and it's on a table, and we have to move it every day out of the way. And
okay.
And I think I was bending over, pulling it. and I think I just strained my back. But
Yeah.
if we want to look at it metaphysically,
Yeah. Oh yeah, please bring
so
it
in
on.
terms of talking about healing, right? So I hurt my back. I mean, I was so sore, I could barely walk to my car by the end of the school day. Could barely walk. Yeah, it was really bad. And the week prior to me throwing my back out or hurting it or whatever I did, it was aching, and I just kept putting salon paws on them, you know, those patches. I just kept doing that and kept going, because that's what I do. I keep going. You know, I'm always about, well, I got to get this done, this done, this done. It doesn't hurt that bad. I'll put a salon paw and I'll be fine. Right. Then all of a sudden I can't walk to my car.
So can I just then say, that's like, yeah, you kind of didn't listen to your body in a way.
You're right.
Sorry, Sprung. You just have been on live TV. I didn't mean to call you. I know. I didn't mean to call you up. It was like, I know. It's just a quick drink. Is that water in there? No, but yeah, it's hard to admit, like because our ego does take over sometimes, and you forget, and then when you transfer back to the story, you go, holy mackerel, I really didn't. My body was saying way before, like, just take a breath, take it easy, take a second, take some time out. And we just go, nope. And then suddenly we pulled a muscle a week down the track. Or like I always say after classes, now that we're stretching, now is not the time that I'm really worried about us damaging our body. It's later on when you reach for something and up above and you go, oh, and you go, that's because it didn't stretch properly in class. It's not necessarily in the moment. It's later on the body reacts. So
right.
Sorry, don't mean to have called you
out. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that. My Pilates instructor. No, I really appreciate it. That's true. And see, this is my MO, I'll keep going because that didn't hurt so much, or that's not so heavy. And, anyway, it actually hurt so much. I actually did something I also never do, which is I called in sick.
Wow. God, that much.
Right.
I know you never call in sick. Wow, people, sorry, I know Darcy for years now, over 20 years, and that's freaking crazy. That's freaking crazy. Wow.
Right. When I was a temp living in New York, I used to take what I called mental health days, and I just, because you had to call in for your jobs all the time. So I would call in and say, I'm taking the day for myself today, or I would call in and say, I'm not available for work. That's what I do. I'm not available for work. Because when I first moved to New York, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so I would have, I call them decompression days. Yeah. I'd take a bath, drink a cup of tea, and I would not leave the apartment. I just had to be in a cocoon in order to deal with all the electronic energy in New York City. Right. So, and then once I did that, I felt refreshed and I could then, work for another 2 weeks. But with the pandemic, there's no substitutes. Right. And so when somebody calls in sick, it puts a huge burden on the other teachers.
That is a teacher thing, isn't it? That's what a lot of stress has been going on about the teacher industry regarding that, and they need so many more subs, but they can't have more subs. And then, what happens when the teacher is sick? And oh my gosh, it's another demic. Is that?
Yeah, it's really bad because then you are sick and you're at home feeling guilty.
Yeah.
You're like, gosh, what are they going through? That's so much when a teacher is out. It's so hard when a teacher is out. So, because you have, then you're picking up that person's work. And anyway, so there is the social emotional aspect of hurting yourself. The feeling guilty, the calling in sick, especially me being a very codependent individual. I take a lot of guilt on when I think I'm hurting somebody. There are those people who are great about calling in sick, never has a problem. Yeah. And I am all about stress days. I told my team, my teachers, stress days are great. If you're going through something, arrange for a day off a week ahead of time and take it. Give yourself a 3-day weekend. Decide that you're not coming in on a Monday or a Friday, and we can, prepare for that. And that's great. I think people should do that all the time.
But I think we're a bit like us. Like I can promote that a lot, and because I can see the benefits of it, and I understand the benefits of it, especially when kind of not, I don't necessarily choose to do it, but forced to do it because of my own health. But like, it's so hard to take that medicine. Like, I still can't help but feel guilty when I do that personally. It's like, I'll go on, do it. But then if I take a day off from Pilates or something, I'm like, oh my God, will they survive? Oh my God, their bodies, it's like so bizarre how it's a contradictory to the giving what you're giving other people, but yeah. I would suggest, I understand the importance of it too. I believe that the mental health days and self-health days are so important, because then you come back firing even more than you were, and rather than having that one day where you feel funky and out, then extending the whole week and not being fully present, have that one day off and come back powerful. That's what my theory is.
Yeah, that's the way I operate. So
we should run the world.
Say that again.
We should run the world.
I think you're right.
I think a lot of people agree with us. Mental health days.
First idea when I run the world is to do funding for the very cool. You can apply if you feel that you're a cool person. Very cool.
All right, I like it.
Okay. I will fund you.
Okay. Perfect. Oh God, bring it on. I think you just became president.
There you go. Funding for the
about the healing, Darcy. You're going to get a book and tell us about the back, or?
Yes, I was. So here, here's all the physical stuff going on with hurting my back, right?
What does that mean? Oh, yes, the connection.
There's our metaphysical aspect to hurting the back. So, if you are a follower of Louise Hay,
sure,
right? I love Louise Hay. You can heal your life. There it is. You can leave by Louise Hay. I adore Louise Hay.
That's my first self-help book, was Louise Hay's.
Oh, nice. It's just so helpful. So when you look up those ailments that you're dealing with, and she deals with it on a metaphysical plane. So the lower back is ready?
Yes.
Fear of money, lack of financial support.
Ooh, you can't make this shit up, can you? Sorry, people. Yeah. That's crazy. All right.
I have a friend who her upper back and her neck, her upper back, and it was lack of emotional support and feeling unloved, holding back love. And her whole dialogue is always about wanting to meet somebody, not knowing how to meet somebody. Wow. She's single, and that's where she got.
Have the midsection back?
Yes. The middle of the back is guilt. Stuck in all that stuff back there. Get off my back. Guilt.
God. Okay. That's kind of eating. I have middle back aches, I should say. So
right.
That's funny.
And since we mentioned codependency earlier, guilt is a big part.
Word.
Yeah.
Fantastic word.
Yeah. Guilt is a big issue for codependents.
Yeah, totally.
That's one of the issues, right?
It takes on everybody else's guilt. It takes on everybody else's emotions and feels guilty for it.
Yes, right. Or has a hard time.
Who is codependent? Hands up. 100% of this house. Okay, people. Double hands. All right. Yeah, at least we can laugh about it. At least, the one thing is the first thing is to be aware of it, and then the healing happens. Right. So just if you're aware of it, awesome, kudos to you. Then start to put into practice with that awareness some healing ways to make sure you don't become ill with your codependency. Anyway,
right.
Yeah. What else does it say to us?
Well,
sorry. Yep. You go.
So fear of money, lack of financial support, and this is exactly the issues that I'm dealing with right now. And then, of course, when you start going down that rabbit hole of fear about something, fear of something, then guess what? It just comes up in your face again and again and again.
Yeah, true.
So, my car got busted into, my glass was broken. I'm going to have to pay for that.
Oh no, God,
yeah. So there's just all, and of course it did, because of course it did right now. I have a lot of payments right now, and as I said, throw it in the pot. We'll just try to deal with it. So the great thing about Louise Hay is she gives you a like a mantra or a focus or something to say. And then, so this is the healing part. So being able to say that as you do your meditation and focus on breathing into the area of the body that hurts and breathing out and repeating the statement is how you use her, well, how I use her statements.
Okay.
And so her statement for this is, I trust the process of life. All I need is always taken care of. I am safe.
Okay. Beautiful.
So to write that on a piece of paper, and then when I do my meditation and do my stretching, I can breathe into where the pain is. I can breathe out with that sentence or those sentences. I trust the process of life. All I need is always taken care of. I am safe.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So when you are, if you have middle back issues.
Yeah. Got a pen.
Okay, ready?
Oh, no, what are you laughing?
I'm laughing because the first line you're going to go, seriously? I'm going to say, yeah. So here it goes. I release the past.
Oh, God. I know. All right, angels, we get it. I get it. All right. Yeah, I release the past. Yep.
I am free to move forward with love in my heart.
Okay.
I am free to move forward with love in my heart.
I love it. Is that it? That's just perfect.
Yeah, isn't that perfect?
I release the past. I am free to move forward with love in my heart. Dang, angels. Dang, universe.
Right.
I get it. Thank you. Perfect. And we didn't really know, guys, we didn't really know what we were going to chat about today. How fitting is this? Like, it's just like perfect. And, you know, I hope everyone else can relate. And even these mantras or these healing terms that gives us, they're good for any day. You don't have to have a sore back. Okay,
right.
People? You know, these are just perfect mantras to hold within anyway. So, you know, grab onto one if you so desire and take it with you. Fantastic. Okay, yeah. I'll try.
So that can be part of your meditation today. That's going to be part of my meditation today.
Yeah.
When I do my stretching, I got to hold that in my head. And that's one of the things I've been working on, is really making peace with money and being, you know, receiving money and getting rid of that poverty consciousness that my upper middle class family bestowed upon me for whatever reason, because they were children of the Depression, the Great Depression, right? You know, and it just kind of permeated their philosophies.
Yeah.
You know, my parents were older. I grew up in that weird time frame in the 60s. And so my parents still had all those old philosophies attached to themselves that they decided to gift me with, or the other daughters with.
Sarcasm, is that right?
Yeah, that's a lot of sarcasm. That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
it's amazing. But, you know, even just saying that and then thinking about my back, it's already helped. It sort of helps release it already, knowing that there's a connection between my mental I don't know, my mental hoo-ha, my fuzz, and where it can be expelled in my body. It allows my back to relax a little, you know, and that beautiful freedom to be able to release the what is it? Confirmation that I'm allowed to release the past, you know, like, and what is it? Move freely with love in my heart. It's just a beautiful, I feel a sense of relaxation in my back now. It takes the pressure off my body, you know, puts it into my mind more, and it allows me to explore my mind, letting go of it from that side rather than my body taking it
right. Exactly. That's exactly right. It's really,
I'm sorry, my cat. Sorry guys, my kitty cat.
It's okay. It's you know, it's just making that flip, you know, turning that switch, which is what you really have to do for your healing. You have to flip the switch between, and this is not to say that everybody is totally responsible for their illness and their injuries.
Of course.
Right. I've had a lot of back injuries, and I have a crooked spine to begin with.
Yeah, okay.
But I do believe the universe gives us opportunities to recognize that, okay, I was born with a crooked back, and then I had a couple of accidents that affected my back. Yeah. And so here is my opportunity to look at it metaphysically and put that into my healing with my doctor care or my whatever.
Yeah.
And then it becomes your responsibility to participate in
Yeah.
your healing.
Yeah, I was about to say it takes it out of the victim mentality, which is so
Yeah.
easy to fall into, which exacerbates everything tenfold anyway. Because
Yeah.
if sick within, sick without, everything, it's not your fault. Oh, woe is me. And it's hard to claim responsibility for your beautiful self when you are playing victim to things that you can metaphysically have that connection with and practice it. Just practice. It may not work, as you said. Some things are just not your fault, not you are out of your control. But if there is an opportunity to help yourself along the way, hell, grab it, take it.
Right. I think it makes the healing go much quicker, because if you are sitting there going, oh, I don't want to take that medicine, or, oh, I don't want to go through all that surgery or all this, you're super tight. And when you're tight, you're tense. And when you're tense, you resist, and then you create more suffering.
Yeah,
But when you can say, okay, here I am right now in this moment, I'm going to deal with this.
yeah.
I'm going to deal with this lower back issue. I'm going to deal with it so I can heal from it. I'll take the doctor's medicine. I'll see the chiropractor. I'll do my breathing. I'll do my stretching. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to blame myself or criticize myself. I'm simply going to say, I'm dealing with this now. And
Totally.
and as I deal with it, I have a lot of great tools on how to deal with it. Dealing with it metaphysically is a really great way to relax the body and open itself up to healing, right? So here's another fun thing I do for healing if I'm really particularly stuck, which happens often.
Yeah, I relate.
I like Florence Scovel Shinn's work.
Okay, haven't heard of Florence
Scovel
Shin.
Scovel Shin.
Is it German or?
Yeah, she's American. So
American.
she's turn of the century kind of what do you call it? She's turn of the century signs of mind, they used to call it. Signs of mind. And she's a little bit Christian. I think I've mentioned her before.
Yeah, I think of you times, but I still don't really know of her that well yet.
So she had 4 books that she wrote, which is The Game of Life, The Power of the Spoken Word, Your Word is Your Wand, and The Secret of Success. And these are old books. And she uses them very much. She uses a lot of Bible quotes, but she flips it into that modern day understanding of what that was supposed to be teaching.
Right, yeah.
So you don't have to get all hung up about her Christian perspective if you're not Christian, So yeah, so I like to just pull her book. I got kind of tripped out looking at that page. I like to pull something from her book. Sometimes I just will flip it and wait to come to a page, like, okay, I'm dealing with my lower back. So where am I? Oh, here we go. This is perfect. Okay. So I'm dealing with my lower back and I'm dealing with money issues. And I'm really trying to change my mindset to say, I deserve as much as anyone else does. If you know what I mean, we are all deserving.
Sure are, but we forget. Yeah,
we forget. And if you come to me as a client, I'm all about teaching you how much you deserve stuff.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Totally. And then you walk away going, ooh. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So the page I turn to is choose the affirmation which appeals to you the most and wave it over the situation which confronts you. This is your magic wand. Because your word, she says, your words, what you speak is your power. And that is, as she puts it, God in action.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah, it's I find when that sort of thing's brought up with the words, it's challenging because I get confused, Darcy, like does the universe only hear your words, or doesn't the universe hear your subconscious too? Like, are they not still our words within our head, the deeper, like I just, when I was talking about the words sometimes when I've said I have a positive mantra, but inside I hear myself going, that's all bullshit when I'm in a bad stage of my life. I get confused by what words are being heard. Like, and does the universe, I mean, the universe has got to be smarter than not to not hear my inner self being a hypocrite. Like, what happens when, I don't know, is it, how do you define the words? Like, I mean,
Right.
the hard words.
Great. That's a fantastic question. That's always the thing. It's what you repeat and say out loud, and when you set your intention. So we have something called the monkey mind, right? The brain that just trips out continuously. And we have the negative perspective. Then we have our conscious mind that's going to make choices. And then we have our ability to quiet the monkey mind through meditation, through prayer, and through setting intention, right? So you're, you know that you're really dry today, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
You know that you have this negative perspective that you need to work against. The words you say out loud is where the power is.
Okay.
That's where the power is. And that's why I tell people, if you're going to practice positive thinking and positive, you have to say it out loud, because we have been practicing the negative our whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't just say positive affirmations one day and expect your world to change. Your internal world is still grappling with the negative.
Yeah.
So you make it a practice. And that's the whole beautiful thing about whether it's prayer or meditation, is that you're setting your focus and your intention in the positive way.
And can I just ask, do you think the universe or God or the angels, whoever your sort of person is or being is, appreciates the energy taken more and investing on proclaiming or announcing or verbalizing vocally to the universe out there the positive mantra or whatever you're trying to achieve, and then forgives the negative chatter?
Yeah, absolutely. Because because this is your intention. So my intention today is what's my intention today? Nothing is too good to be true.
Oh yeah, okay, beautiful.
Nothing is too wonderful to happen. Nothing is too good to last. So that's what's on this page, and that's what I'm working with, is accepting my ability to be financially supported and financially safe. I have moments where I'm very financially supported and very safe, and then my monkey mind jumps in and I start worrying about it, because that's what my mother used to do. So here's my mantra: nothing is too good to be true. Nothing is too wonderful to happen. Nothing is too good to last. Everything is possible. All things are possible. My brain might go back to, but remember this, remember that, that was that person I used to be. That is not the person I am in this moment right now. In this moment, I am this person right now.
So building a relationship within yourself in this moment and saying, no, not right now. I don't need you. I don't hear you. Those words don't fit me right now. Or like, how is that chatter within yourself? Because isn't that negative self still current because it's there?
Yeah, you can say something like, I release the past and all past experiences. I am free. You can say, I forgive my negative speech. I understand. I understand that tender person in me that drops to the negative, and I hold that part of me in gently and tenderly in my arms and realize what you're going through and why. And I support you as you release the past.
Anyone do you think that doesn't have a negative chatter? Is that like
we all have it.
That's what we all reach for, is to not, but it's impossible. It's our human nature, isn't it? Our human form to have that battle or challenge. Or
when I get smokers to help people stop smoking, right? I have them pick a date that's important, that's out from our first conversation. But after our first conversation, this is one of the exercises I give them. Whenever you take a cigarette out of your pack, you say, I'm a non-smoker. I really don't need this. And even as you light it up, you say, I'm a non-smoker. I really don't need this. I'm a non-smoker. I really don't need this. This is not mine. I don't need that. And what
Right.
we're doing is training their brain from going, I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. So we're training it through and they have to say it out loud.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's when you really hear stuff. So interestingly, this is what she addresses this. Of course, she does it biblically. She says, the affirmation is your magic wand, for your word is God in action. Remember God's words. They gave us words, and words are said out loud. It shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish where it is sent. That was Isaiah 5:11. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the end of the world. So the words that you put out,
Yeah, that's scary.
Right? And that's a Bible quote from Romans 10:18. That's a Bible quote. So the idea here is what you say does matter. It has its energy. And yeah, you've got your negative speech inside, but you've just put energetic vibrations of your words. That's why you talk to your cat. That's why, to let her know. Yeah, she might know as you hold her, but you got to actually say it to her.
It's a him, but yeah.
Him. I'm sorry, say it to him.
It's okay. He's gay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's another story. That's another show. But anyway, yeah, it's a whole other show. It's powerful though, isn't it? Because I always get so confused, and I think that's also the inner battle, the inner voice of mine that is always slapping me around. That's challenging me, going, no, it doesn't matter. The inner voice or the outer voice doesn't matter. You've got it in you. And I feel like, oh my God, then what's the point of any of it? And that's what I do understand the point of it all. But then on the flip side, when I'm in a really bad, dark place, what's the point of any of it if I'm being heard, but then the hypocrite's being heard too, then what is the point? But I see the energy wave, the energy of communicating those words that's why we have to be cautious of setting our intentions, what we use for our intentions, or putting it out there. And where sometimes I find my lover and I saying cancel that a lot. When we say the wrong things, we go, oh no, cancel that, quick, cancel. Yeah, so, and it's kind of, I get it now. I get it. Yeah, okay, that's reassuring in terms of,
it's really reassuring, because we all have negative inner dialogue. Everybody, that's why people taught meditation, and that's why there's all these different religious practices. It's all about working to release that negative monkey mind that races around in hysteria, saying all sorts of terrible things. We have to reset our intention and let the universe know, this is my intention today. This is my intention. And so as I do my stretching, and I'm going to do Florence's mantras along with Louise Hayes today, so I can get, release the little monkey on my back. That monkey mind's on my back. It's just in the lower spot. So,
literally. I forgot.
Literally, right? Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
God, it all makes sense.
Doesn't it?
It does. Guys, we're kind of leaving this conversation a little short today. Dust, do you want to maybe say another little quote or pull a card or something, as I always spring you in the last little thing? Because you're amazing like that.
You're amazing like that.
What? No, I can't. I'll break down. No, I can't do it. Yeah.
So,
anyway,
like I said, this is very Christian based, but not. She was one of the first people that figured out the modern metaphysics behind the Bible and Christ's teachings. And so she really looks at the bigger picture behind all those circumstances. So I recommend that. Florence Scovel Shins. Oh, it's hard with these teeth things on to talk sometimes. Florence Scovel Shin's book, The Game of Life, in her collection. So so do you want me to pull something about healing? Do you want me to pull
something about healing? I think that'd be good. We always tend to, or the universe tends to give us a gift every time we get a card pull. So it's kind of ironic. I think anyone who's been following us goes, damn, how did that card get pulled? Is it a plot? No, it's not. It ain't no plot. It just happens to be that we are connected. So anyway, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it is. I know, I'm trying to dance and sing. La 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 la.
Are you entertaining the troops right now?
I'm trying to entertain. Not working. Hello, people.
You know, it's a full moon in Pisces, and it's going to be.
I know it's Pisces season. My birthday next Saturday, everyone.
I was going to say it's going to be Jemima's birthday soon.
48.
So let's give Jemima a little animal angel card for the week as she moves through the week. Would you like a little animal angel card?
I'd love one, but let's do it for me and the collective.
And the collective. So the collective. Well, okay, so the moon was just full, and now it's going to go into its waning phase. And this is a great time to release the past, everybody.
Sure is. Yes, totally.
Yes, you know, anything that you feel that you've been carrying around, you know, burdensome, the full moon is a great time to release that past, to release that issue. And as it's waning and we move to the dark of the moon, this is a great time to ponder and do self-care. And if you release the past, then you get more room for the stuff that you want to bring in for the future. So whatever's bugging you, you're carrying around, whether it's an abstract fear, or if it's an old relationship or a concern or a worry, write it on a piece of paper.
Burn it.
And burn it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yes, write it on a piece of paper and burn it. And burn a little cinnamon with it. Right? Do a little cinnamon burning with it. If you don't have any sage, burn a little cinnamon. It's a nice way to send off that perspective you don't need. And so we'll pull an animal card here in just a second and see who wants to offer us a little support with that. Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Here's the animal. It's bear.
Oh, yay.
Now, bear is a big deal. So I'm using, whose cards am I using? Excuse me, I'm using, oh yes, Diana Cooper's angel cards. So bear is very important for me. See, I have this bear, and then I have this bear.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that glass bear. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
crystal. Yeah, it's crystal. So,
beautiful.
but absolutely. Bear in Native American folklore, or whatever you want to call it, philosophy, is the healer, the inner healer. Right? Yeah, and they say that the idea is that bear goes into the cave. So when you go into meditation, you go into your cave of the mind, into the pineal gland where the ideas all germinate. And now during the dark of the moon, go into your little caves, everybody. And
I love, Darcy, that the heart chakra is being blasted with that light from the bear on the card. Absolutely beautiful, perfect. And it's just spinning around the bear, going up through the crown chakra. That's pretty amazing. Or is it the other way around, spinning down through the crown, around to the heart? I wonder. Ooh,
well, it's a giving and receiving, expansion and contraction of the universe, giving and receiving. They go together. You can't receive without giving something, right? So it's the same thing. That's the balance that we were talking about, finding balance. That's how you find the balance, with giving and receiving. Yeah. Expansion with the breath, contraction with letting go. Yeah. Receiving and giving is the same thing. So let's see what she says, because I know the Native American aspect to bear is about healing. So hers is bears originate from Orion, the constellation of enlightenment and wisdom. And in their auras, they carry codes which enable them to influence others for their highest good. They are learning and demonstrating how to use power correctly. When they are in nature, Archangel Uriel helps them to keep their solar plexus chakras balanced, radiant, and confident. Your solar plexus is your power source, right? So then the angels of peace can spread their light.
Pilates, sorry.
That's what you're working on with Pilates, right?
Yeah, every day. Yep.
Okay. So bears are mostly solitary animals. They are happy when they are free and in their right natural environment. When they hibernate, they are held in the love of source, while the masters of Orion feed them with wisdom energy. The angel of wisdom also shines his crystal yellow light onto them. So within wisdom, there is always love. And Archangel Jophiel connects the heart of the bears to the hearts of those who are pure enough to accept that love. The bear card suggests that you have the wisdom within you that enables you to establish your power and use it correctly. So that's exactly what affirmations are about. Using your power for yourself, for your highest good. And for this, it is important for you to be in an environment where you are happy and free. So examine your world. And if you need to make changes, everyone, ask Archangel Uriel to help you. He will strengthen your solar plexus chakra so you feel confident and strong. You may need to walk alone while you reclaim your wisdom and worth. So if so, use this opportunity to create your own cocoon so that the source lights can touch you. Open your crown center and let the Archangel Jophiel pour his crystal yellow light right through you, expanding your heart so that you spread peace and love. So go into your yeah, go into your caves now. It's the let me just do one thing.
Are you okay with your tickle? I'm a bit worried about you.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it's the it's two things. So it's these teeth things, and then I switched toothpaste, and so it's the covers that are really bothering me, and then maybe it's a little allergy as well because everything's blossoming crazy right now.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. I know a lot of people who are suffering allergies. Anyway, that card there is beautiful.
But hang on a second. So I just wanted to say, and I know you're tired, Jemima, but I just wanted to say what the Native American cards from Jamie Sams are.
Please, yes.
Jamie Sams, rather, and David Carson, the medicine cards from them. They also have Bear. Bear is very important healer. So these are those medicine cards.
Beautiful. I love those cards,
Yeah. So if they say Bear is in the west, and it's the intuitive side, the right brain. To hibernate, bears travel to the cave, which is the center of the 4 lobes where the pineal gland resides.
Wow, that's interesting.
In the cave, bear seeks answers while he or she is dreaming or hibernating. Bear is then reborn in the spring, like the opening of spring flowers.
Wow.
So for eons, all seekers of the dreamtime and visions have walked the path of silence, calming the internal chatter, reaching the rites of passage.
Wow.
And from the cave of Bear, you find the pathway to the dream lodge and the other levels of imagination or consciousness. In choosing Bear, the power of knowing has invited you to enter the silence, become acquainted with the dream lodge, so that your goals may become concrete realities. That's the strength of Bear.
Wow.
So, like I said, the moon,
that's
right?
Just so beautiful. Absolutely
it's
beautiful.
So beautiful. Wow. So the moon is telling us now to, go ahead, go in our caves and choose your words wisely.
I'll take it.
Choose your words wisely this week. Everybody choose your words wisely.
Thanks, Das. What a great conversation with you again. And I hope you heal your back with your positive affirmations.
It's already feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Same with my midsection. It's amazing. Just having the ability to have that affirmation, it really does heal. So guys, I hope this helps you in some way. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We shall see you next week, and I'll be a year older. See my gray hair set in. Love you, Dad. I'll see you later. Thanks, guys. Bye.